What up, you guys? It is Thursday.
Is it though? Is it though?
Mm-hmm.
For you it is.
We're gonna be talking about
Something I know nothing about. Being a mom.
we're gonna be talking about the real shit no one tells you when you not when you get pregnant.
You can
during
pregnancy,
pregnancy, obviously.
Just anything to do
anything
with pregnancy,
and
babies.
after.
Not even like, you can have a toddler, and it's something that I would be like.
Don't tell you.
Like some things that are just have to do with the placenta and like everything kind of
You know what?
grosses me out when it comes to birth and kids.
Gross.
You know what though? When I had
Chloe?
yeah, my first, the doctor was like, "Do you want to see the placenta?" I'm like, "No." Like, get that? He's like, "No, well, you're gonna see it, and I'm gonna whatever tell you about it, and blah blah blah."
I saw your
And I was like, like I didn't even want to look at it. I was so grossed out. But after that, yeah, I was like, but after like I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It looked like a tree.
It's like insane that a baby grows inside there.
And as strong as it is,
It's
I've
crazy.
never touched it or anything. But I saw
haven't
yours,
touched it either.
and I thought of like when you go to the store and you go to the freezer aisle and they have the strawberries in a bag. When they like thaw out, that's what I thought the placenta reminded me of, and it kind of ruined those strawberries for me. But I still eat them sometimes.
I think it's really cool.
it really does look
cool.
like a tree to me.
A tree.
Yes.
Because all the veins?
And the way it literally like look at it next to Google it. It looks like a fucking tree. It's cool. The tree of life.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. You never get told that they're gonna freaking push on your stomach. I had a C-section and I had vaginal births. And they did it with vaginal births, and someone told me that they didn't do that when I had a C-section. And so obviously you're cut up in your stomach and you have staples, and they're still pushing like right next to that, like just like they like push so hard on your stomach to like get the extra blood out.
It is so hard.
painful.
It's like they call it basically like a second labor. And yeah, they just start up here and they push
Like hard,
as hard as possible, like with a rubber
I literally like kept
band,
moving the
just, like,
nurse's hand. I'm like, ow! Like she's like, well, I'm sorry, sweetie, we have to do that. I'm like, well,
I'm gonna punch you in the face. I just have to do it.
I think this is gonna be a video just explaining to me why I shouldn't.
I get ripped with my first, but it was like nothing. And but I was a dancer like up until I gave birth to her.
She was
And then okay. And so anyways, I gave birth, I had stitches, and then I went back to school. I was in high school. And I performed a week later.
On stage.
I
At the
did.
strip club.
And we did splits and my stitches ripped.
Oh my god, stop!
They ripped. So that hurt. And I was in the middle of everyone. I was like, oh! Talk about opera.
The dance is still going. She's just like in this place.
You're not supposed to do any physical activity for like
a
2
month.
months. No, it's 2 months. Let's try that.
Maybe it's
You know, and the reason why you're not supposed to is because your muscles and everything are stretched out. And if you do that, if you work out and stuff, they'll stay like stretched out. You're not giving your body the
Time to rest and heal itself.
A friend of mine, because after that I didn't rip at all, and I was telling a friend of mine who was having her first baby, I was like literally, explaining what I went through, and she was like, oh, like I'm so excited. I told her to breathe, like try to mute everyone out when you're in pain, and I don't know what it is about like making like any little moaning noise. But to me, like the pain is like 10 times worse whenever I like make a noise.
Like when you hold it and grunt, or
you're
like
like,
if you,
any little thing, it hurts so much more. I don't know why. So like
You feel the same way?
Mm-hmm.
So for the other kids, like I literally was just breathing very, very heavily, like in my nose, throat, and out my mouth or whatever. So I told her that. So she's like, that's all I was thinking of you and blah, blah, blah. She ripped from her vagina to her asshole, and she couldn't walk for 2 weeks. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. She's like, I'm handling it. I know.
And is it just like per person that you might rip?
Yeah,
just
it
by
depends.
chance?
It just depends. Well, and the doctor too, they like massage it like the whole time. Like if you're like crowning, they'll like massage and like try to like help you.
Meaning like when the baby's
stretch.
head is like right there.
Yeah.
They like are.
Well, isn't that
like,
what crowning is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for those who don't.
Another thing is when you want to breastfeed, no one tells you that it burns when your breast milk is coming in. Like it just you feel like little tingles in your veins.
Like when you drink
like
alcohol?
if there's like hot sauce in your veins. What?
When you drink alcohol and it goes down your...
Yeah, but in your veins, like all your veins in your boobs,
Oh,
it just like tingles like that throughout everything. And if you don't pump regularly or breastfeed regularly, they get engorged and you get big, huge like not stones, but they feel like stones.
Feel like rock hard.
It feels like rocks, and you have to like push them and massage them. I feel like I have one right now.
What if you don't breastfeed?
You still get that.
You still have to.
You have to go through that stage. But I heard that if you don't want to breastfeed, there's ways to like wear a tight sports bra or put cabbage. I don't know what the hell cabbage does, but if you put it on your breast, like just hold it there, like it does something. I don't know. It releases something into something, and it dries out your milk. It's freaking weird.
It's weird, but it smells disgusting too. The cabbage. When you put cabbage in it, I did it for my first time around. Yeah, with Aubrey, because my cabbage. My boobs were so engorged, and my milk came in so beyond heavy, and Aubrey just did not like it. And so I tried to stop, like. For 2, almost 3 weeks straight, I kept going and going, and my boobs were just leaking like crazy, and they were just so rock hard because I couldn't release the stress. I didn't have a pump, nothing. Oh, it was the worst thing ever. And
see, it wasn't bad for me breastfeeding. The only thing that I hated about breastfeeding was, I mean, I got so many kids to have all these experiences with, but the nipple. So
cracking
around it, it it cracks. And
nipple
sometimes
shields,
I know some people that don't. Okay, but nipple shields are they have nipple
save
shields
lives.
Yeah.
So wait, it has like a little hole to make the milk go through, but it like protects your nipple.
It protects your nipple.
So it's literally like it's a little. It's not a plastic piece.
It's like a rubbery silicone.
But it has holes in it, like a nipple, like a bottle nipple. And when the baby suctions on it, it like obviously your breast like goes into it, so it's like as if you're
like a bottle. It turns into like a bottle.
So if you don't use those, is it kind of like
it's like,
your nipple like dehydrates?
No, I think it's just from it getting suctioned so much from the baby's mouth. It like tends to like kind of
raw.
It gets raw,
and then
like,
it starts to crack. And
but it's the worst when it cracks, and then like you put medicine on it, and you're like trying to let it heal, but obviously you still have to like either pump or breastfeed. And when you go to do that again, it like rips, and so it's like stingy.
I feel like I'm feeling this right now. Like I'm so scarred from breastfeeding. I hated it so much.
You know what though? That whole like engorged like bruise feeling, because it did feel like bruises, it felt good to me.
You're fucking ridiculous.
I was gonna say, I feel like I would have been bomb at this if I would have done this in like my 20s. Now I'm like a pussy and everything hurts.
I liked it. I was like, it really didn't bother me, and I liked when I got really
pushing
full.
on it. I'd be like,
and I was just like,
this feels so good because it hurts so much. That's what I would do.
It's weird though how like even when they would be really really full and the baby would latch on, and then as soon as they started like feeding. It was like an instant relief.
Oh, I'd be like just pushing. Oh yes, get that. And then after breastfeeding,
literally, your nipples are supposed to be like that. Mine are like this,
and they're like this.
So is it because your boobs have just dropped?
It's from so
engorging and then sucking back down.
So it's almost like excess skin in a way.
Yeah, kind of. Not as bad, but
okay, you can touch my boob. Just touch it. Do you feel how it's like?
Mine felt like.
What? No. Before I had any kids, I was a B cup. I was a 34 B. And after Aubrey, the first time, I couldn't even wear a sports bra. Any of my sports bras, they were all like smalls and mediums. I couldn't even fit into a large sports bra. I was probably like a triple B. Like I was so beyond engorged with Aubrey. And then after that, I went back to flat.
I was a C, and then every pregnancy I was like a D, and then I went back to a C. And another thing they don't tell you, and this is very rare, it only happened to me with one child. Yeah, so it's like an infection. So it's where like your
milk,
your milk ducts get like clogged. One of them does, and so milk is obviously not allowed to, or it's not allowing it to release. Yeah, so But you don't know that at first, and you.
I love how your kids always tell you stuff.
You okay? I love you. Just relax. Don't be falling anymore, okay? You're gonna hurt the floor.
You never really know until you start getting like fluish symptoms. Like you get fevers, you get
Body
cold,
aches.
you get achy.
You literally feel like you have the flu. Like
I
your body
literally
just, like,
almost like passed out like 3 times
Mhm.
in the hall. Like just walking, I like kept like falling, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh my god, like I don't know if I'm like severely dehydrated. I don't know what the hell's going on. You'll know if you have it, if you have those symptoms, and your nipple is like really red and like it's like
it gets
warm to
really
the tip.
hot.
Yeah,
Like it gets really, really warm.
and you need antibiotics for that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most disgusting thing that's happened either during pregnancy or after pregnancy?
I have this one. My child ate my older child's poop.
Yeah,
How
She
does that
continues
happen?
to eat it and play with it.
What? How does this happen?
I don't know. Ask Olivia. Just kidding. So it's happened multiple times. One time where she actually ate my oldest poop, but multiple times where she's eaten poop and played
In
with
general?
it. Yeah,
Like yours?
yeah. No, not mine. Like her own.
Like she takes off her diaper?
No, she leaves her diaper on. She just takes a piece out and like will play with it and put it on her legs and put it on her feet and rub it like lotion and then eat it a little bit just to see what it tastes
So
like.
if you don't change her diaper like right away? Wait, how did she get a
She
hold of
hides. This is her thing right now. This is literally
Wait,
my
she's doing
life
it now?
currently happening now.
I am
as
not
a
giving you
2-year-old.
kisses.
It is currently happening.
Mm-mm.
Wait, so how did she get Aubrey's?
Well, Aubrey failed to tell me that she pooped, and she was in the bathroom with Olivia, and Olivia took it out of the toilet, and went
And it all
ham.
started?
Yeah, she was chewing it like it was like just like
Wait, so how did
chocolate.
you find it? How did you realize this?
Let me tell you. So I'm watching Salina and not paying attention to my children, and I notice that they're quiet. Me screaming, "Child, where are you guys?" Oldest come running out, "She's coming!" And then here comes my youngest, and she has 2 pieces of poop in her hand and chewing on something in her mouth. So me thinking it's chocolate, like they got into chocolate, and that's why they're being so quiet. And I grabbed it out of her hand immediately, and I
So
knew.
gross.
I knew! And yeah,
Oh, that's disgusting.
it was disgusting. It was the worst day of my life.
My 4 children don't top that shit.
Oh my god.
No, I think the worst thing is just you have to freaking put a lock on your makeup or put it up somewhere. I
Selena's
can't think of
palettes
any.
get ruined daily.
No, they don't. Not anymore. They used to.
Did. Yeah, but they did.
They used to.
But you
God.
too liked being pregnant, didn't you?
Loved being pregnant.
I don't think I would enjoy it at all.
Honestly, we had really, really good pregnancies, Selena and I, but there were still like bad like things, like my sciatic nerve would like flare up or like, I don't know, act up or whatever, and that would be extremely painful.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know for like, I'm pretty sure I was on the verge of preeclampsia my first time around.
That's like, yeah, that was my thing too. Your feet. My feet swelled up to the point where like,
I'm
have you
I'm
ever
a whole
wore?
size bigger than I was before. Kids.
I'm not. I was
What size?
while I was during the end of my pregnancy. I was like half a size bigger. When your feet swell up, it almost feels like you when
You're
not
walking
pregnant,
on like
you're-
needles.
That yeah, like or like if you wore heels all day and then you take them off
When
and
you
you're
take
like,
them
oh, yeah.
It like actually really hurts when you take them off after wearing them all day.
All day,
That's
yeah.
how it feels when they swell up, and they don't tell you that they hurt. That swelling hurts. Your legs, like your whole bottom half of your leg, all of it feels like that needly, like that like painful asleep feeling. Oh, and then they're so cute when they come out. There's probably a lot more. We might add on to this segment.
Hey, every
Post-
time I hear something that grosses me out or I'm just like confused about it or something, I'll write it down.
If you have
Do
any
another video.
questions about pregnancy, or if you have any questions about after with having kids, we will tell you the truth. Because
We're
a
not
lot of
gonna
people
cut
like to
corners,
make it
we're
act
not
like
gonna-
it's rainbows and butterflies, and like you're like falling in love at first sight. Trust me, I did not fall in love at first sight.
Hey.
Well, if there's anything else you want to know, feel free to comment below and send in all your questions, and
Yes,
we'll answer as
please.
many as we can.
Or anything you.
But look at this cute little
You know
face.
it.
How can you not?
Oh, he doesn't have to come out of my vagina. He didn't have to come out of my vagina. He came out of my sister.
You're so cute.
Okay.
Okay.
Next time.
Bye-bye.